you may be familiar with the old rule of 2 pounds of N per bushel, but Brian, that may not be the rule anymore.
Now, you know, the yield goal estimate, 2 pounds of N per bushel, that rule of thumb is significantly better than just a random guess,
right,
pulling it out of thin air. But it's not the best case scenario. The long-term trials that we have across the state, especially here at Lahoma with the 502 that was started by Dr. Billy Tucker in 1970, provides us so much information to look at nitrogen response to nitrogen need over time. So while if we average 10 years, 15 years of data, it'd probably come out to 2 pounds of N per bushel right at that mark. But if we look at every year by itself, separate it out, we go from years where 1 year it took 1.1 pounds of nitrogen to produce 85 bushel of wheat, while 2 years later it took 100 pounds of nitrogen to produce 35 bushel, which is basically 3 pounds of N per bushel. So our year-to-year variability due to soil moisture, due to rainfall, due to environment, due to all these factors goes in together, it really does not keep that 2 pounds of N per bushel. We as producers and as managers of the environment and of our soils and of our systems need to do a better job of accounting for the temporal variability. Right now, precision ag is all about spatially. We get it in the right place where it needs to be across the field. That's not the whole story. We need to also think about the right year and the right time. And with that, it leads into the perfect transition to Enrich Strip and Green Seeker sensor.
Right.
You know, that's what the Green Seeker and Enrich Strip gets at, is that right year, the right rate for the right place in the right year.
Well, and this is a tool that's been, you know, going on into producers' fields over the past 5-10 years, and it's showing promise.
Yeah, we've been doing Enrich Strips since 2002, 2003 across Oklahoma. We've got 500,000 acres approximately in the state right now. I'd love to see 2.5 million. It's such an easy process. There's no reason why we don't have more acres. Whether they use a Green Seeker sensor or not, it's just it's an easy guide. If you see a strip that's greener and you know there's more nitrogen there, we apply more nitrogen. If you don't see it, you can make that call. Do you want more nitrogen or not?
Okay, and speaking of some of the nutrients going into the soil, we've had quite a bit of rain, and back whenever it was really dry, you said don't put anything down. The soil's not ready for it. But has this recent moisture zapped that?
So what we'll see with this recent moisture is kind of a 2 or 3-fold. One, we have the leaching process. We have been getting the slow rains pushing our mobile nutrients down the soil profile. So that means our nitrate, our sulfate, our chlorides, our borons are moving down the soil profile. Are they out of reach? It depends on what you're talking about. You know, we'll move down the profile. There'll be some left in the top. We aren't just completely depleting our topsoil, but the N, the S, the chloride, the boron, it has been moving down. If we go into a dry spell, it's going to come right back up.
Okay.
One thing that we has happened is that we've gone from a dry soil that may not have had much soil moisture and re-wetted it. And with going into the summer, this late spring, going into summer, we're going to have temperatures. That means we're going to start breaking down organic matter or tying up. So we're kicking our nitrogen cycle and the organic matter cycle into gear, whether it's breaking it down and tying nitrogen up through immobilization or whether we're releasing it through mineralization.
Are you seeing a difference between conventional till and no-till when it comes to that?
Yes, no. As much as anything, it's been more of a cropping systems.
Okay.
Things falling summer crops this year tended to have much more of a higher nitrogen need. The summer crops benefited from a really good release of organic matter last year. So I saw a greater need in those falling summer crops than I did falling winter crops. The no-till is more of a moisture management. Some of the no-till acres held on a little bit longer in some cases if the previous crop had been terminated right. And so the demand was a little bit higher because they had grown a little bit more.
Okay, so takeaway is the old rule of thumb on N may not be true, but the Green Seeker and the Enrich Strip is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Brian Arnall, Soil Nutrient Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.